Honorable Chairman, my respected colleagues, the ES and your management team, I am Mukhtar Shehuladan. I represent Matarapikudan Federal Constituency. I'm from Kaduna State and the Deputy Chairman of the committee. Good morning.
Thank you very much, the Deputy Chairman, my respected colleagues, the Executive Secretary and members of your management team. I am Honorable Legor Idagbo. I represent the good people of Bekwarra, Obudu and Obanlikwu Federal Constituency in Cross River State, by the grace of God, the Chairman of this committee. Thank you.
I think we need to put our hands together for ourselves. Thank you, Chairman, Deputy Chairman, and former Chair and Deputy Chairman. As a matter of fact, that's your committee that you're headed down.
And monitoring. This committee of the House was constituted and inaugurated alongside other committees of the House on Monday, the 2nd of October 2019, pursuant to Section 62(1) of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended. The committee oversights, amongst others, all matters connected with local content policies in Nigeria. Consequently, the committee has the responsibility of ensuring compliance with our local content laws. The jurisdiction of the committee, according to the standing orders of the House, 10th edition, includes matters relating to local skill development, ensuring transfer of technology in the oil and gas industry, ensuring patronage of local manpower by any industry cited in Nigeria, designing policies that will ensure the patronage of local manufacturing industries by Nigerians, receiving annual performance reports of the Nigerian Local Content Development and Monitoring Board and oversight of the same board. The activities of this committee, in line with Section 88(2)(a), which says make laws with respect to any matter within its legislative competence and to correct any defect in existing laws. This committee proposed the following two bills, which are currently under consideration. The first bill is a bill for an act to enact the Nigerian Local Content Act to provide for development, regulation, and enforcement of Nigerian content in all sectors of the Nigerian economy except the oil and gas sector, and for related matters. The second bill is a bill for an act to amend the Nigerian Oil and Gas Industry Content Development Act, Cap 2, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2010, and for other related matters, which is currently under consideration by the House. This committee has held summits and also conducted public hearings on the two bills aforementioned, and is tidying up reports for consideration at the Committee of the Whole in the House. The committee has interfaced with several oil and gas and non-oil companies, government agencies, and communities in order to resolve matters of violations / compliance with local content. Key amongst our investigation is the current investigation before this committee for a petition from Ship Owners Association of Nigeria, SWAN, on the award of vessel contracts to foreign companies by NNPC. I want to use this opportunity to commend NCDMB for the role they have played in developing local content in Nigeria. for promoting indigenous participation with current trend where over 80% of contracts in the industry is awarded to Nigerian companies. We just need to intensify monitoring of contracts to ensure that these companies carry out the contracts in Nigeria with minimal inputs. NCDMB's effort to nurture 100 companies to become large-sized enterprises under Project 100 initiative needs to be commended. The recent announcement that aggregates Nigerian content level over 2016 to 2020 is 42%, deserves our commendation. It's an eloquent testimony of the efforts of NCDMB towards developing local content. The 300 million Nigerian Content Intervention Fund that has had significant impact on the economy of Nigeria as well as developing capacity of Nigerian companies, key among which is OilServe, that started as a local Nigerian company and benefited from this NCDMB fund, today are competing favorably with companies outside Nigeria. They've won the contract for AKK, the Jakarta-Kano-Kaduna pipeline, and indeed they are the lead contractors in that project. The Chinese are just their partners. We also want to commend NCDMB for the decision to embark on forensic audit of the NCDF remittance. This has further boosted the remittance of this 1%, and it will indeed be used for the benefit of our local contractors. In terms of research and development, we want to commend NCDMB. NCDMB has adopted the Silicon Valley model to innovation and enterprise development by commissioning a technology innovation and incubation center in Nigerian Content Towers. The idea for generation and creation of startup companies is very novel. Indeed, in Silicon Valley, you had companies like Apple, Dell, and other companies emerge from Silicon Valley. We want to see the same thing happening in Nigeria through this initiative of NCDMB. Again, worthy of note is your commercial venture and your partnership with Walter Smith Refinery in creating a 5,000 barrel per day refinery in Imo State. We commend that, and we know that you also intend to expand the capacity of that refinery. That in itself is highly commendable. We want to also state that moving forward, we thank NCDMB for the partnership with this committee. We thank you for your support, especially in the two bills I mentioned. NCDMB was very supportive from the get-go. We went through public hearings with the support and all that, and now the bills are awaiting presentation for the committee of the whole and third reading. We want to urge NCDMB to continue in this support, because if we do not pass these bills into law, all the efforts that have been made ab initio will come to nothing. We expect that we had spoken with the Executive Secretary and we agreed to tone down a bit and allow the petroleum industry bill pass. Now the petroleum industry bill has passed, so we expect that in the first quarter of next year, we should be tidying up on these two bills and presenting it for third reading before the floor and then for assent of Mr. President. Whilst we commend NCDMB, we want to also seek a stronger and better partnership with this committee. We appreciate the partnership that is already existing, but we also want stronger partnership in terms of our investigative functions, because our ships must all sail in the same direction. It's only with partnership like this that indeed Nigeria can achieve the milestone we set to achieve in terms of local content. I always say that judging the success of local content is not only what our indigenous companies achieve in country, but it's in building these our indigenous companies to someday become multinationals, to look for jobs outside the shores of Nigeria because of the capacity they developed in Nigeria and do that successfully. And then to retain as much as possible capital from every investment in the oil and gas sector in country. Thirdly, I say oil will not stay forever, and it's only important for us to be wise while we have this oil and use the resources from the oil industry to develop other parts of our economy, other sectors of our economy. So that's why I commend NCDMB for the support in this expansion bill. And I dare say that with this partnership, we will be able to achieve the better for the Nigerian economy, especially now in times of COVID-19, where we need to look in country for everything. This partnership cannot be overstated. Thank you very much, Mr. E.S. I will yield the floor to you for your presentation, and if I need to make further remarks, I'll do so. Thank you very much.
Sorry, excuse me, I don't know if...
Because I'm a believer that no matter how good you are, there is room to be better. So I would like to, before I yield the floor to my colleagues, to ask a few questions, but I also like to appeal to my colleagues. We have an appointment for 12 noon, so we barely have 10 minutes. So if we can take maybe 3 questions, maximum 4. So the ears can answer the questions, we can wrap up and proceed to talking about. But let me just throw some points open for clarity to speak. There is the issue of building capacity of Nigerian contractors. And yes, you've mentioned here that one of the challenges Nigerian contractors have is in terms of accessing facilities and the percentage payments they have to make when they get these facilities from commercial banks. That's why your NCDF fund creates single-digit interest rates for Nigerian contractors and has gone a long way in supporting Nigerian contractors. So in addition to that, I want to propose, I don't know if you've thought about it or if you've considered this, but I want to propose that in the amendment of the Money Act, let us consider inserting in that act to mandate timely payments for Nigerian contractors. The reason I say this is in our investigation, when we're investigating the award of contracts to foreign vessels by NNPC, this issue came to the fore because NNPC said most of the Nigerian contractors or ship owners have not shown capacity. And one of the things they mentioned was that because of the delay in their payments, most times NNPC does not pay till after 6 to 7 months. So Nigerian contractors cannot continue working, ship owners cannot continue working and waiting for 6 to 7 months. The foreign ship owners collect loans at single interest digit rate, and then they can work so that whenever NNPC pays them, they pay off those loans and still making healthy profit. So that way they are chasing our Nigerian ship owners out of the business. Can we find a way of capturing that in our amendment so that we ensure timely payments for our contractors? And then secondly, I know that you're very thorough. I know NCDMB is very thorough in their processes. I have been a witness to it and I commend you for being that thorough. But again, I would like us to look at the flip side of being thorough. It is the fact that most times you have other MDAs finish their procurement processes before August, September. They're done and dusted with their procurement processes. And NCDMB procurement processes may drag until December or into the next year. So I want to suggest, I know that's not through any direct fault of yours, because you must follow your thorough processes. But I want to suggest that in following those thorough processes, can you start early in the year so that once the budget is passed, in order to meet that January to December budget cycle, you start very early in the year to commence your processes and then ensure that you follow them thoroughly, complete them before the year. I think those are the two issues I want to raise. I'll yield the floor to my colleague. We'll take only. Mr. Chairman, I have observation. Okay, we'll take 4 comments. 4.
Chairman, we have been listening to you.
Doing for Nigeria, for Nigerians on the platform of NCDMB. We thank you, and we want to let you know that we always have the support of our committee to move NCDMB forward. Once again, thank you very much. We look forward to future engagement with your management team. Thank you, and may the Almighty bless us all. Thank you.
You always have the support if you continue doing it. Let me just add that. See NCDMB more. So this is part of our constitutional responsibility to come and see firsthand what NCDMB is doing, assess what they're doing, hear from them what their challenges are. So as they go back to the National Assembly and they come with their budget, we are better and ways of dealing with it and passing it at speed. And I dare say that we've been quite impressed with what we've seen on the ground. We're happy with the leadership of NCDMB. They're doing very well. We encourage them to do more. I always say no matter how well you're doing, there's always room for improvement. So ask them to do more to make sure that Nigerian contractors continue to build capacity and continue to get value from what NCDMB is doing. But I hope I will be supportive of them